Hey guys, now my Haramai, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you the 10 lessons that I have learned from starting an online business at 27. Kia ora guys, I'm Ginny, I'm 28 years old, I'm originally from India, Kolkata, West Bengal, and I moved to New Zealand in 2018. I'm currently here in Auckland, I've come up for a trip here, and in this video, I am going to share the 10 things, the 10 lessons that I have learned of starting an online service based business here in New Zealand. The first thing is social media. A biggest part of learning about my business was to understand which social media platform is right for my business. I looked into Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and it all felt all very crowded and saturated. And my storytelling abilities was not really relatable. You see, when I was growing up, YouTube was very premium because of the accessibility of a smartphone, the internet. So I've always had a very positive relationship with YouTube. I always use YouTube for storytelling and educational purposes. So, because of this very reason, I felt more aligned to promote my business over YouTube because in this format, I can sit down and share my stories and also I can make them educational and inspiring. So, one of the things that you need to consider is when you're starting an online business, service based business, and you have a personality where you can sit down in front of the camera and talk to people, then I highly recommend that you start using social media as your marketing tool. But which social media you're going to use and what format needs to come from you. Yes, there is trends that goes in and out, and one tool and one media is more better than the other media, but it really comes down to which platform works for you, because that is going to keep you sustainable. And trust me, 50% of my trouble comes from social media, trying to create the videos, upload them, make sure it feeds the algorithm, and all of that other stress. But in the beginning, when you're just starting, when you're just launching, my recommendation would be to choose one social media and stick to that format and continue doing it, because the more you will do it, the more you will learn about that platform and how to market yourselves, and eventually you can create that awareness funnel in in your audience. So social media is definitely one of the biggest marketing tools that you need to consider. Also, what I understood was I want to create content that I enjoy watching. So that is another recommendation. So if you are someone who gets very easily anxious by watching reels and but you like the format of long form, then I would recommend that you go for the long format. Not just because it's trending, it's hype, that's what everyone is doing. It needs to come from you. So for a very long time, I struggled with which platform is going to be the right one for me, because I'm on everyone. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Reddit. I write my own blogs on my website as well. It's just gonna come down to which format aligns with yourself and where do you want your audience to interact with you. So that's a very big piece on social media. The second one is to pick your person. Just continuing on that social media aspect, everyone is working at an angle, and social media has changed over the years. In the beginning, Instagram used to be the place where you follow each other, your friends, and on the feed you only see information about your friends. On Facebook you can connect with your long distance family friends, and you can keep in touch. But now with all the businesses coming in and the algorithm and the AI, it just feels a lot more complicated. And the true reason why we actually joined Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or Twitter or whatever reason, it's lost meaning. And everyone is working now in an angle. All the businesses have come in, the content creating economy has come in, and so it will feel like you're hearing too many ideas. In the beginning, when your business is absolutely new, you just need to stick to that one person that you truly align with. An example I can give you is I started watching Shark Tank, and Barbara was one of the sharks, and resonated with her story and her humble beginnings and how then she worked her way towards becoming a real estate mogul. So I continued getting inspired from Barbara's journey quite in the beginning of when I was setting up my business. And the way I would consume content also changed. I was just not consuming content, I became a private detective. If a content came up on my feed, I would start investigating that what is this piece of content trying to tell me, what is the algorithm trying to tell me about myself, those kind of questions. I started to track Barbara's podcast, the stories and the interviews that she used to give, and work my way backwards as a private investigator, as a private detective, on how she did certain things, where was she at certain stages of life, how she achieved what she achieved. So I stuck with just one person and their story because that resonated with me, instead of hearing everyone's ideas and how to create thumbnails, how to write catchy titles, how to create such engaging videos or videos for retention. And if you watch my videos, they're not really designed for retention. It's just basically me sitting down, talking head video, and just sharing my stories. And I don't really put like hours and hours on my thumbnails either, and I just come up with a catchy title and I just post YouTube like that, because I feel like that is more sustainable. And being a small business owner, especially an online service based new startup, that adds so much of complexity, and social media is one of the many things that you have to do. So yeah, if so long story short, pick your person, choose someone that you're going to follow at that stage of the business, and cut out the noise. Don't need to follow every YouTuber, every idea, every angle, every value alignment. Just try to work with a few founders in the beginning. Ali Abdal is another person who really inspired me in the beginning of starting my own business, so I really resonated with him. There's another upcoming YouTuber called Ty Myers, and I feel like he also sits down, and his format is very much like me. He sits down and talks in storytelling, gives you the numbers. It's not very much designed for retention. So the kind of YouTube videos that I like watching is the videos that I create, basically. So in the beginning, pick your person, stick to 2 or 3 founders, and just be a private detective and follow their story backwards. The third one is pivoting. In the beginning of your business, you're going to immediately receive a lot of feedback. It will be good feedback, bad feedback. Good feedback is great because it just validates your idea, your value alignment, your thinking, and what you're doing is right. So good feedback is amazing because it helps enhance your product, it helps enhance your service, and you feel a lot more confident in what you're doing, in your why. Bad feedback is going to come and hurt you a lot more than good feedback will. And bad feedback is usually customers ghosting you, clients signing up, not turning up to the meetings, lots of emails unanswered. When you follow up with someone, they will not come back to you. And also, some people might just jump on your social media or on your website or email, and they might just leave negative reviews, or just leave negativity around your business, and that will hurt a lot. Another way of receiving bad feedback is expectations. In the beginning, you might feel that I'm going to launch my business and all my family and friends are going to just rush in and they're going to help me promote my business. And when that doesn't happen, and it does happen, sometimes people are very busy in what they are doing in their lives, and their passion might not be as aligned to your business and how you are trying to promote and upscale this business. So bad feedback is going to hurt you quite a bit, but I would say don't take it upon it personally, don't take it upon your ego, and try to learn from bad feedback, negative feedback quite quickly, and learn how to pivot. So if you've tried a lot of the business in the first few months or first few years, actually, to be honest, is going to be just trying what's working and what's not. So it's A/B testing. If it's working, do more of that. If it's not working, find out why it's not working, and then what could you do better to make your service better. So that's what pivoting means. That is what I've understood in my business. Number 4 is being patient. I have used this analogy of a seedling in my previous videos as well. In the beginning of your business, when you're just starting out, you have just planted a seed under the soil, and now you have to nurture that seed. And you're not going to immediately see the results of the stem and the flower and the fruits and so on immediately, because deep work is happening within the soil which you can't see. There were so many times where I was like, oh my God, why am I doing this? I should just give up. This is too hard. Can't do this anymore. And some days I just wanted to quit. But that is when you do not quit. That is when you keep going forward, keep pushing yourself, because the deep work is happening and you just can't see it. In a couple of years, you will start seeing the results. Another analogy that people like to use is their business is like a baby. So the first couple of years, you're just making sure that the baby is well fed, looked after, and basically you're keeping the baby alive. That is basically the goal. So the same goes, same kind of mindset applies to your business as well. You just sit down and you just have to do the hard work in the beginning without expecting any immediate results. Of course, there will be pockets of happiness. Suddenly your subscribers will increase, one of your videos will go viral. There will be months where you're getting lots of inquiries, and that's absolutely great for your adrenaline, great for your dopamine kick. But yeah, there will be times when there will be quite a bit of time when it would just be really hard, really negative, and you just have to push through. So patience is the key, consistency is the key, and to keep moving forward is the key. I have lost my patience, I have lost my cool so many times, and I've lost why I even started doing it. But yeah, that is when you reach out to your friends, your family, you let go of your ego, and I say, hey, you know what, I need support, I need help for the next couple of days just to bring things back together. And that's where your immediate friends, your immediate family, or your mentors, if you've reached out to, or your community that you've created, or people that you know of, that think very positively of your business, can support you in those hard moments, in those hard days, to just validate you, help you to keep breathing underwater while you take a further deep dive. Number five that I see is a lot of people have on TikTok or on Instagram promote this thing called quitting your job. As soon as you're starting something new, you've got this amazing new idea. Okay, I'm just going to quit my corporate job, which was a really high paying job, and I'm just going to start full time as a YouTuber, full time on this or full time on that. I would just absolutely okay for those people to do it, but I did not do it. I do not want to do it, because I understand that in the beginning my business needs not only my time, but it also needs my money as well. In the beginning, it will require, I will have to pay for subscriptions, buy tools that's required, build my website, create content, paid ads, take professional photos, etc. So it will require costs. There is a cost to set up your business, to run your business in the beginning years, like accounting, etc. If you cannot expect to learn everything and just do everything by yourself, there will be times where you will have to outsource, because you cannot do everything by yourself. So I did not quit my job, and I would recommend that the only time I would quit my job, or I would suggest other people quitting their job, is when you exactly know what your next year is going to look like. If you can map every month, every day, every week, and what are you going to achieve, and if it's worth quitting your job now, when you're then absolutely you can quit your job. But I would need the detailed analysis, that complete picture. I would need the complete breakdown of each day, how much value, how much income, how much cost. All of that needs to come up first, and obviously I need to discuss with my family as well if now is the right time to quit my job or not. But in the beginning, your business will depend on your salary, and your salary is going to fund, you will have to fund, if you're bootstrapping, you will have to fund your business from your salary. Another reason why I say do not quit your job is because the more I do my business, the more I can think like a business owner. And this mindset I can easily apply when I'm going to work as well, when I'm a full-time employee. I feel like being a business owner has actually increased my efficiency of being a full-time employee. That means, I'll just give an example. Now when I go at work, I do not see problems as, oh my god, this problem, and oh my god, this is, I have to do another thing to do. We don't have that negative energy of doing it one day at a time and living paycheck after paycheck. Now when I go into work, I have this lens, oh my god, this business has this problem, they have hired me to solve this problem, how can I solve this problem? So I get in there 9 o'clock, I find out what the problems I need to solve for the day, I get all my job done, and by 5 o'clock I'm out. 5:30 I'm out. So your time becomes a lot more valuable, and your productivity, your efficiency just multiplies, because you know how hard it is to build businesses, how hard it is to keep your employees motivated. So you suddenly, there's a shift in the mindset, and instead of thinking like an employee, you start thinking like an employer, and you are dedicated in resolving those everyday challenges and keep doing the hard work, the deep work, to help the organization grow. And that is the mindset I think that most organizations are looking for. And the experience, my everyday experience from my 9 to 5 job, I then bring it back home in my business, and I say, oh, you know what, how did they solve this problem? I see, this is how they solve. Can I, is this a similar thing that I can apply in my business as well? Is this how I can solve my problems as well? So, and that is just both the worlds colliding, and so much inspiration and understanding and knowledge and experience and skills that's shared. So I like the aspect, I like the ability to have a consistent revenue income stream, which I can then feed into my business while I'm growing my business parallelly. And people say that, oh, you should be laser focused on one thing, and that's absolutely true. But this business also taught me how to manage my time. Now I know that in one day I only have 24 hours, and these are the tasks that I need to get finished. So that means that I am only working on a priority basis. What is priority today? What needs to be solved today to be able to continue the work, to develop those systems? And then suddenly my week is very structured, and my time is very structured, and I have a timetable, and my further weeks are then structured, my month is structured. So it just creates that discipline, that consistency, the time management, the productivity increases. So having a side business plus being a full-time employee has some amazing perks that probably the internet doesn't talk a lot about, but I'm here to share my experience. And I think it is in the beginning years, when your business needs your time, your money, then having your full-time job is actually an asset more than a liability, at least from my point of view, from where I'm sitting. But hey, I'm 28 years old. What do I know? Way to sabotage yourself. Passion. Passion is absolutely necessary when you're starting an online service-based industry in this huge market. Now, my business is in the educational consultancy, where I help international students from India, Sri Lanka, and other Asian countries move to New Zealand on student visas. And this market is oversaturated. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of agencies already in this market. So I'm just probably the little tiny fish in a deep ocean, where big sharks and blue whales and humpback whales and sperm whales have taken the larger waters. And I'm probably that little tiny fish, probably Nemo, just going around getting lost in the ocean. So that's how I felt in the beginning when I started my journey. And I was like, I cannot feel like this all the time. So in the beginning, your passion is really important, because the passion is going to keep you fueled to keep turning up into your business every day, and to keep swimming in this large ocean, in this large water. You're going to keep getting lost, you're going to bump into rocks, larger fishes, but then you're going to find yourself, and then again you're going to keep swimming. So that's the idea that you have to put. Sometimes you have to fake your motivation, you have to be overly excited about your business, because no one else is going to be excited about it. You have to bring in a lot of positivity into your business, because no one else is going to bring all of that positivity. So it needs to come from yourself. And I know it's exhausting. This sounds really exhausting. It is very hard, and I think entrepreneurship is one of the hardest experiences of my life that I have achieved. faking your motivation, showing up for yourself, faking your passion, using your passion as a fuel to drive your business through those hard years is extremely, extremely important. And if you feel like you're running out of passion, that means that you need a break, and it's absolutely okay to step back from your business, relax, unwind. In fact, taking a step back, people say, oh my God, you've taken a step back, that's such a bad thing. No, there is not a bad thing, because taking a step back allows you to see the business from a bird's eye view. So you take a step back and now you can see the whole room, you can see the whole picture, and now you can find what are the systems that are broken down that needs your immediate attention. What happens is when entrepreneurs are stuck into the business, they're just so stuck trying to solve that problem, sometimes taking a step back and seeing the larger picture and seeing where your resources and time is becomes really important. The seventh one is finding your niche. As I mentioned, you will feel any market that you will enter, you will feel that the larger of this is taken by corporates, and then every startup is popping up here and there. And that is where you have to get very clear about your niche, very clear about your customer. You have to get so clear that you can imagine your customer sitting just across you. So an example I'll give is, in my niche, my only job in this business is to find someone like me. That is my job. So if I can find someone like me who has similar traits like me, who is very driven, very passionate, very result oriented, chooses career development, career advancement as a very important part of living, and they want to create bigger impact, they want to add value, they want to find out why, the how, and the what. So someone who is like me is my audience. Someone who is like me is probably watching this video. So that is my niche. So I'm basically talking to myself, the twin self. So that is the level of detail you need to be about your niche. Who are you going to talk to? So an example I will give you is that I thought that my customer demographic is sitting somewhere between 18-year-old to 25-year-old. And now, from the research that I've collected and the data from all the social media and my website and the analysis that I've done, and every month I do this analysis, I spend time to find out who my demographic is. You'll be surprised, my demographic is actually sitting between 30 to 45. So I actually attract middle-aged people. I attract mothers who already have kids, they already have full-time jobs, and they have got full-blown families. And I attract females, a lot of females. And some of the countries that I attract is basically mainly from India. I've got people attracting from US, UK, Sri Lanka. So these are my bigger demographics. So when you start a business, you would think, oh, you've got your audience figured it out, but you don't. You keep doing your business, and then you see, oh, actually these are the people who are attracted towards me. And you will learn about this is by doing more and more of your business. The more I did my business, the more I understood about it. And yes, it is it is very time consuming. It eats your head, it doesn't let you sleep at night. You keep popping up with these amazing ideas that you want to immediately implement, and then that drive to implement that idea. As soon as you get an idea, you have this drive that you cannot sleep at night until you have implemented that idea, you have made the change that you wanted to see, and now you want to track whether the results of that change was fruitful, effective or not. So yes, that's definitely about understanding your niche. So but yeah, in the beginning, just as simple as I can make it is to find someone who is exactly like you, because they're looking to solve similar problems that you're looking to solve. And you will find more of yourselves when you're looking for yourself. Number 8 is one of the hardest things. I think of all the journeys and of all the stories that I've lived in my entire life, whether it was my school, my bachelor's degree, moving to New Zealand, navigating my life in New Zealand, visas, careers, changing my job from marketing to IT, getting married, buying a house, and all the journeys that I've lived through, I think the entrepreneurial journey, the startup journey was one of the hardest things that I've ever done. It is absolutely painful. It takes so much of your time, so much of your drive, so much of your passion, and it's absolutely brutal, but we still do it. I don't know why. I think maybe it's because of the dopamine. I know why we do it, because we're trying to create more value. We're trying to introduce innovative things, thinking. We are fed up and tired of the same old systems that is just not working out in this new generation, in this new lifestyle anymore. So we want to do something about it, and that's hard, because basically you are basically what is happening is you're trying to find where the puzzle fits without knowing what the bigger picture is. I'll give an analogy for this is, I think there is a puzzle where in here in New Zealand, or I don't know, wherever you are as well, where you don't know what the picture is looks like. So you keep putting the puzzles together and thinking what the picture would look like. And once you have built the puzzle together, in the end, then you would know, oh, this is what I was building. I hope this analogy made sense. I know there is a word for this puzzle which doesn't have the picture on the puzzle box that you buy it. And entrepreneurship is a lot like that. You're going to be trying to fit the puzzle together without knowing what the bigger picture is. You would think in your mind you know what it is, but it's very different to what you think it is. So that's what entrepreneurship is, and it's very hard. Number 9, one of the things that makes entrepreneurship really hard is letting go of your ego. And if you are an egoistic person, this is going to be a very life-changing personal character development journey, because you will have to put your business first. Your business comes first, your ego comes later. You will have to make things that absolutely doesn't make sense at all. If you look up on my YouTube, there is so many cringe videos that I have created, and people say you have to make cringe videos to attract more people, but I feel like I lose followers every time I upload cringe videos. But at some stage you will get to a point where you just don't care about followers, views, and subscribers, because you know what value you're giving into the world, and you just want to sit down and create more value. So I am at that stage, but I was not at that stage. In the beginning stage, I was very much looking at all the subscribers, at the views, at the followers, and just hoping that they increase and hoping that they would convert. But I very soon realized that that's not a sustainable way of living, because that keeps your anxiety levels very high. And that is what my ego was talking. So you have to let go of your ego. You cannot keep your ego. Number 1, you will have to reach out to people. You will have to make videos. You will be operating your business in front of everyone, in front of your family, in front of your friends, in front of your distant friends that you probably don't talk to, in front of your, I don't know if we still use enemies. I don't think so. We use enemies anymore. So you'll be doing this enterprise largely socially, in front of everyone, and it takes a lot of letting go of yourself, letting go of your ego. There will be people who will support you, who will motivate you to keep doing what you're doing, but there will also be times when people will not support you, and that's absolutely okay. You may have to reach out to people that you don't want to at all, but you have to do it anyways, because it's important for your business. So you, as an entrepreneur, all the time you're thinking about your business, and you have to make decisions about your business. If it has happened in the history that sometimes founders had to take a step back from managing their businesses so that they could focus on solving some real problems that they had, and they appointed other CEOs and board of directors to take care of other things. So why do you think they do that? Why would they step back from their own businesses that they have founded? Because they felt that is the right thing for their business. That is what their business needs. So in the beginning, you are the person who needs the business the most. The business doesn't need you. So once you have figured this out, then yeah, you will have to let go of your ego and make decisions that are for the business. Now we're coming to number 10. So I've already covered 9 lessons learned that I have from the 1 year of operating my business here in New Zealand. It's an online business. It's called TechMed Pathway. The number 10 is purpose, your greater why. Why are you doing this business? You cannot just tell me that you're doing this business to earn like $10 billion or some crazy amount, because in the beginning you're not going to earn that much money, and you will have to invest a lot of your time, a lot of your resource. And I have seen founders who have taken mortgages out of their houses to support their businesses. So why do you think people are doing that if the goal is earn $10 billion? So you cannot have, I'm not saying that having that revenue is a shallow goal, but is not enough to keep fueling through the hard paths of the business. Your why needs to be greater than just earning money. It cannot be just about earning money. It needs to solve some very difficult problems, so problems that are very personal to you. So a lot of founders that have started their businesses have gone through something very personable problem that they want to now fix. So now they have created this whole business around solving their problems, and then they are looking for similar people who are looking to solve similar problems. Now, every marketing product that you see, every marketing service that you see is trying to solve some or the other problem. You just need to find out what is the problem that you're trying to solve that you absolutely cannot live without. And then you find the founder, then you find the product, then you find the service, and you try to solve those problems. So I see businesses as problem solvings, and you will become their business's customer if that problem is absolutely breaking you, it's absolutely brutal, and you cannot, and people that you will relate to were in the similar positions that you're experiencing. And that's where you build that relatability, that connectivity. And that's when you will reach out to those businesses and you would say, hey, you know what, you have lived through this journey, I'm going through a similar situation, what can you do to help me? And that is when you both will come together and try to solve that problem, because this problem is absolutely driving you nuts and you cannot deal with it anymore. So your value and absolutely you need money in the business. Absolutely, to scale the business you will need money. You need profits in your business so that you can hire better services, hire better tools, hire better people. You can reach out to a greater audience. Absolutely, you will need money. Profitability is one of the important goals of running your business, because without profit there is no business, without sales there is no business. Absolutely, but your why, it needs to be greater than just earning money. And I remember, Barbara taught me, and I learned this from Barbara, is that she never invests in the startup. She invests in entrepreneurs. People will buy from you if they like you, if they believe in you, if they like your story. There will come a point in your business where you won't need to market, because you're bringing in attraction marketing. And yes, in the beginning it was all push marketing for me, but now I've changed my mindset. I am a lot more relaxed, I'm a lot more calmer. I am focusing on building systems in my business, and I've shifted my marketing mindset. I'm no longer trying to push people to buy my product. It's all about attraction marketing. I think that's what Kendall Jenner does as well. She said she's all about attracting people towards herself, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to give out my positive energy. I've set up the systems, my business is there, I'm showing clear value of what I'm trying to solve with my business. And if my story resonates with anyone out there that wants to reach out and talk to me, absolutely, I've attracted them towards my business. And that is the kind of marketing that you eventually have to work towards. But in the beginning months, it will be the push marketing. You will have to push your product to other people, but it doesn't align with my value system. It doesn't align with who I am. People who genuinely believe in my story will somehow, this universe, and I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful of this universe, is somehow they always find me the people that I need to meet, like all the time. And I have met some amazing people, and I feel that in them I see myself. And that's what your niche is. Yes, of course, you are trying to solve problems that are bigger than you, but again, I'm just rambling here because I've lost words now. And I've completed my 10 lessons of starting a business at 28. So yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to talk to anyone who wants to start their own business, is 28 years old, is a female person. You could probably be watching this from India. You could probably be watching this in here in New Zealand. Those are my demographics. And if you want to reach out and you want to know more about my story, I'll leave my contact details in the description box. And yeah, I'll be happy to meet other fellow female founders as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. These were the 10 lessons that I have learned from running my business when I first started at 27. In 2025, I'm 28 years old. And right now I'm in Auckland Harbor, and I'm facing this beautiful view, which I will put a picture on later, maybe on the thumbnail. And yeah, this is my 1 year anniversary of my business, and I thought that maybe I should share this experience with you. So thank you once again for tuning into this story, and I'll see you in the next video.